Yo, so today we are continuing the series Build a Mac App in 30 Days. Today I'm really just planning everything out, making sure what I've got is what I'm after. So I'm going to be working on outlining the MVP for this, setting up some instructions for Cursor. So this is a lot of this is just done in ChatGPT. So I've got a response here from ChatGPT. And I'm just going to be talking through this. So I've got here the goals of what I'm building, what the user flow should look like, what are some essential items on the dashboard or the UI, things which are simple to implement, and then just some priorities for this process. So I'm actually going to be able to just use this and go straight into Cursor. So right now, all I've really done is I've said to Cursor, make me something which just uses Swift. So we set the project up in Xcode, so I can show you what happens when we run it. The app which we're building is called SD Studio. So you can see at the moment, this is basically where we're at with it. So it's a way to manage your SD cards, import stuff in an organized way. It's also a way to archive your footage. And this works for videos, audio files, images. So, what I want to do right now is, because I've sort of tinkered with this a bit and got it to this point without really having a solid starting point, I want to check how much of what we've got aligns with the MVP that I want to build. So all I'm going to do is go to ask on Cursor. And I'm going to say, this is my MVP docs. Can you check how much of this workspace aligns with this, and make a to-do list of what we need and add to a instructions.md file. And I'm just going to let it go through that and check. That's actually not going to be able to create. I need to put it on agent mode instead of ask, so that it can actually create the doc I asked it to do. So I would say that what we've got at the moment is probably closely aligned with what I want it to do. I got ChatGPT to make me a logo. but it keeps messing it up. So this is actually pretty good. As far as like Mac icons go, that one's quite nice. But I don't know of any other examples where there's like a 3D icon. So Vault system for raw footage. So this is the to-do list which Cursor has come up with. So 15 item to-do list, prioritized to reach the MVP completion, detailed instructions document. So now I just need to basically check this and make sure that what it's saying is actually aligned with what I'm after. And so this stage is important. Before you start letting the AI build stuff, make sure that what it's trying to build is aligned with what you want, otherwise you're just wasting credits. So, already implemented the core architecture, SwiftUI app, a basic import system, so it detects the media files, scans for SD cards, rsync based, archiving with dry run support. It has login, has a menu bar thing which is here, so you can actually click like new project. Right now unclear if any of that's working. I haven't actually tested that. Checksum verification which needs enhancement. So the Vault system implementation, the current is a direct import to project folders. That isn't true, first of all. So I'm going to just speak to this to save time on typing. So number one on the high priority MVP gaps in instructions.md, the current situation saying that the direct import is to project folders isn't correct. I got that wrong there. To import folders. Yeah, no, to project folders. When we import at the moment, it goes to an organize folder. No, it says imported. So this is the folder that it goes to, right? It's called imported. What we want to do is just have the option, and also the folder structure doesn't need to be fixed like that. It should still keep the options available in the settings. So check this and then update the instructions.md to reflect this. That's one. Enhanced checksum verification. So this is important for when you're importing stuff, purely because you don't want to start emptying the drive unless the import has been successful. So this is just a form of verifying that it has actually completed. So 3-2-1 backup strategy. This is something which it's not something that I do, but if you lose footage, it can be like extremely frustrating. So the 3-2-1 method of backing up files is kind of an industry standard. So this will automate that process. So we need to have multi-destination backup during the import, so we can import it to the Vault, which will be in the workspace, a backup, and then potentially a cloud location as well. I'm not sure of the best way to do the cloud backup yet. So the import dialogues, it needs a dialogue that supports each workflow. So I need to get clear about what is each workflow here. The import dialog, you can say import to Vault, import to imported folder. This is wrong. So what we need to make clear is that we're renaming imported to Vault. So Vault will be the standard term instead of imported. Update the instructions to reflect that change. Project setup dialog. Project name field with an auto-filled date, destination path selection. So right now, what we're doing is we have a certain kind of directory that we want to create for each project. So I'm going to just do test, and then you can see that it's created this. So this is, it follows this structure, right? So under projects, we then have a year and month, and then we have the date, and then this is the directory which I've just created. So the point of this is to be able to quickly scaffold the layout of a project so that you can store relevant files there. But I'm wondering if it's all showing in the UI. So see, they're not showing in the UI at the moment. Like I've just added a few there and nothing else is showing. Which is fine. So the import dialog, multi-select destinations for 3, 2, 1 backup. Progress bar with checksum verification status. Don't think that's necessary. I'm going to just also add, I've noticed a bug on the projects tab which doesn't show all of the project files in the workspace. For example, it just shows one right now, even though there's multiple. And then the archive dialog, project selection from workspace, archive destination choices, basic dashboard structure. It needs a storage overview with activity cards. So it does already have that. Connected sources, pending imports, Vault Drive. I think we've basically got that. Device auto connection and labeling. So what I noticed is when I clicked volumes, is this is just one, possibly two SD cards, but it's kind of captured it multiple times. So that the error at the moment is like it's seeing SD cards with the same name and like storing it multiple times. So I'm wondering if there's a different way to be able to identify an SD card basically. So the dashboard already has, yeah, it already has some of this. This is fine. So the auto detection and labeling. I think what this is saying is in the files, it will label for example, if I store videos from 2 cameras, it will detect which camera it is, or it could be based on the SD card, and then it will label it based on certain characteristics that we set, like a profile for each SD card. That's fine. I also want to just make sure that regarding number 6 on instructions, that we don't modify the metadata from the original files, so that we're not overwriting anything on them. So saved preset system, we have a default vault, preferred backup destinations, import, yeah. Yeah. Mac OS notifications when import and archive completes. This is pretty good to be able to have notifications showing up. Revealing Finder buttons for completed operations, one-click project opening. I think I would say that is done. For example, okay, that does actually show now. Maybe it needed to be refreshed. But I can click them and it opens it in Finder. So it already does do that. Search and filter vault contents by device. So I don't think we want this search thing. I'm not trying to make this a replacement for Finder. Phase 1. So this is the flow. User inserts an SD card, app detects the DCIM folder on it, import dialog appears with import to vault or import to project. And then they can choose the destination for a 3-2-1 backup. Now, I don't think you'd need to do a 3-2-1 backup. Like, you don't have to choose where that's going every time. It should just be something which is preset. I don't think the user should need to select a destination for a 3-2-1 backup every time. It should be something which is set in the settings. So project tabs displays all projects in the workspace correctly. Fix current bug where we need to refresh. Import to vault. Import directly to project. Create a new project with standard. This is done. Archive completed projects. Some of these edge cases are very good. So settings-based 3-2-1 configuration. So pre-configure the backup destinations in the settings, not selected per time that you try to import. An automatic backup. Priority ordering. So you could choose to import first to faster drives. Enable or disable specific backup destinations. Removed the multi-select destinations, yeah. So, I'm pretty happy with this right now. So what we're going to do now is, before I carry on working on this, I'm going to make sure that I've got this backed up. So I'm going to say check the instructions and start implementing. I'm going to just say start implementing the high priority MVP gaps one by one. Don't proceed to the next one unless I confirm one is complete. When you complete something, and I confirm, check it off the checklist in the instructions. So let's let this do its thing. We're now, let me start closing some stuff here. Based on my analysis, it appears that the project described in the instructions MD doesn't exist yet. What the fuck? So what is what has just happened when this has all disappeared? The project file that was here has been deleted somehow. Okay. What? So something's just happened here where I've just deleted all of this in the process of trying to get it to work on GitHub. I don't understand what's happened. Like all the files are now empty. So, I have no idea what's happened there. I've apparently deleted all of it. So somehow I've deleted all of the entire project has been deleted somehow. I got some guy saying, I'm your only viewer. The project is intact, Git is working as intended, but now it like doesn't work. So I was trying to avoid this happening by pushing it to GitHub, and now somehow everything's been deleted. So the source code was there, but now it's all gone. So we're trying to fix how this randomly has been deleted. The project reference SD Studio Core, but it's completely empty. So Wagwan. Because I was literally running this like 5 minutes ago. Bruh. So it's going to try and recreate it. Let's see what this does. It's just messed it up so bad. I'm not streaming on my phone, I'm streaming on OBS. It's just got a vertical plugin to make the vertical view. Can't see shit. What can't you see? You can't see the text properly. Are you looking at it on vertical? The text on the screen is hard to see, is it? Okay. Too small. Let me try and make it bigger. Let's see what this looks like now. I've made it a bit bigger.